Shavua Tov, we are at the bottom of Mem Bet Amud Bet 42b, at the Mishnah at the bottom, 3 lines up from the bottom. Here we go. Okay, we hear Nisim coming in. Perfect timing. Here you go, the bottom of Mem Bet Amud Bet. Hamudar Hana'a Mechavero. So let's just review. There's the Madir and there's the Mudar. The Madir is the one that makes the Neder. The Mudar is the one that the Neder is like on him. So let's say Reuven makes a Neder that Shimon can't benefit from him anymore. So Reuven is the Madir, and Shimon is the Mudar, meaning on Shimon he can't give any benefit to Reuven. Reuven makes a neder, or I don't want him to benefit from me, rather. So Shimon can't benefit from Reuven. Okay, so the Mudar is the one that the neder is on. So Hamudar Hana'a Mechavero, a person that is banned from giving Hana'ah to his friend, from giving benefit to his friend Reuven, let's say. Lo yash'ilenu, cannot lend to him, velo yish'al mimenu, and you can't borrow from him. So things like this, borrowing from him, that's understood, because now Reuven is borrowing Shimon is borrowing from Reuven, Shimon's benefiting, and that can't be. But why can't it be that Shimon could lend to Reuven? Reuven's benefiting, and that's not in the oath. The oath was, the neder was, that Reuven says, Shimon, you can't benefit from me. Right? Shimon, you can't benefit from me. So, but technically he could benefit from him. Reuven can benefit from him. So, why can't lo yashil? So the halacha is both ways. Don't lend him, and he can't lend him. But we're going to see the Gemara is going to ask, why is it that way? Lo yishal mimenu is understood. Don't borrow from him.
It's like I can give you a ball, for example, to lend you a ball, and then you can return me the ball like clean and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like benefiting, even though I lend it to you when you get it back to me, right?
Right, I hear. But generally, when the item's used, it gets used more and work like less condition.
Less benefit.
Less condition.
Right.
But and let's say, and again, we're talking about, let's say, like it comes back as the same. Let's say we're not. You're right. If there's a yotzei min haklau, maybe that could be an answer. I hear that maybe he'll give him back a better quality one or whatever it is. And the Gemara doesn't say that answer, but that would be a reason why.
Yeah, like I want to tip it a little bit of him. Like I share the idea. For example, you lend your car for like a 10 kilometers ride, and the guy fills up your tank. Like, yes, you ride your car for 10 kilometers and you lost some, but like a full tank is like $50, so it's
right.
You're benefiting.
Fill up the tank, give it back.
Yeah.
No tank.
Yeah. So okay, but it's talking about like the same type of thing, right? Okay, so that's going to be the question, and the same is there's 2 other cases as well. Lo yilvenu velo yilva mimenu. Don't lend him and don't lend him. And then the Ran points out yashilenu and yilvenu are both lending. She'ela and halva'a. What's the difference between the two? What do you guys say? Hebrew adir.
She'ela is to borrow.
One is without profit. One is with profit. Yashil is for free, and the bot is.
Oh, okay. One is a loan and one is a borrowing. That's what you mean?
Yeah, what's
Alva is a loan.
Halva is a loan.
Yeah,
So
Loan
what's the difference?
Borrow, what's the
Halva,
difference?
that you get a rebate. You bring, how do you say it?
Interest.
No, let's say there's no interest talking about. I could do
Oh, it's a good
halva.
halva then.
Yeah, if I could do halva without interest. I think you're saying the correct thing, but you don't realize you're saying the correct thing.
It's like kind of like an agreement. This one is not. What do you mean? Like it's.
What's the difference between halva
Oh, it's
and
like
she'ela?
money, and this one is not money, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Halva is on money, loan of money. She'ela is borrowing items, lending items. That's the difference between the two. So that's good. So that's what the Ron points out. So also, don't lend him and don't lend him. So the question again is the same thing, meaning Shimon can't have benefit from Reuven. He can't receive benefit. So it's understood. Don't borrow from him. You can't borrow lo yilveh mimenu. You can't borrow from Reuven. You're having benefit. Why can't you lend Reuven? Okay. Last is velo yimkor lo velo yikach mimenu. Don't sell to him and don't buy from him. So lo yikach mimenu, the latter case, that's understood. Shimon can't buy from Reuven, he's benefiting. But why can't Shimon sell to him? Lo yimkor lo. Why can't he sell him? Reuven's the one gaining. Okay, so here also the one that's selling is gaining, but Reuven wants the item. He's the one he's gaining. Okay. Gemara, next page. So the Ran over here has a little bit of a different Girsah. It's an easier way to understand to read the Gemara. So we'll read the Ran, the first 3 lines, and that's in place of the Gemara. And the little olive over here also points that out. Let's read the Ran at the top left. And this is basically the question that we just asked. Bishlema lo yilva mimenu. It's understood where the Mishnah says, don't borrow from him. V'lo yikach mimenu. Don't take from him. Don't buy from him. V'lo yishav mimenu. Don't borrow from him items. This is Shimon. Don't borrow from Reuven. Don't buy from Reuven. Don't get money as a loan from Reuven. That's understandable. Klomar mudar mimadir. The mudar from the madir. The mudar Shimon from Reuven. Yeah, Shimon can't benefit from Reuven. The kambitani minei because he's benefiting from him. Rana umishum achi asur, and that's why it's asur. Ela lo yashilenu velo yilvenu velo yimkor lo. But the other way around, Shimon don't lend Reuven, don't sell to Reuven. Why? My kamitani minei. What is he benefiting? What is Shimon benefiting by lending him an item, by lending him money, by selling him something? That's the question of the Gemara. The question that we asked. Let's go down to the Gemara now, the 4th line down. Amar of Yossi. You can read it in the Gemara, we'll see. It's just a little bit more difficult. Bishlema lo yilvenu de kamitanile. It's understood lo yilvenu, but really it's lo yilva mimenu, because he's benefiting. And lo yilve hemenu, my kamahanile. What is he benefiting? So it's just to keep it consistent. The Ran uses the lashon of the Mishnah. Ubishma lo yilva hemenu v'lo yikach hemenu de kamitanile. And lo yishal hemenu my kamitanile. Okay. Amar of Yossi, Bar Rabbi Chanina. Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina says a very interesting, easy answer. No, the case is different. The case in the Mishnah is they made a neder both ways. The guy says, yeah, I'm not going to benefit from you, you're not going to benefit from me also. Okay, so if it's both ways, that's the Mishnah, very easy. Don't lend him, don't borrow from him, don't borrow from him, don't sell to him, don't buy from him. Very easy. That's the Rabbi Yossi Bar Chanina's answer on the Mishnah. So, the Ran, let's look at the next Ran, Amar of Yossi. The Ran is a very obvious question on this answer. Amar of Yossi Bar Chanina, the case is in the Mishnah that they said it's asur from one to another. If so, And if you're going to say, if that's the indeed explanation of the Mishnah, my question, what's the chidush of the Mishnah? What are you coming to teach us? Meaning, we're already 42 pages into Masechet Nedarim, Daf Mem Bet Amud Bet, and now the Mishnah is telling us, if one makes a neder to one another, you can't benefit. That's the ABC of the whole Masechet. So what's the, you're coming here, you're saying a Mishnah, and it seems like a question, why is it going one way, not the other way? And Rav Yosef Bar Chanina says a very easy answer. No. The case is that they're both saying neder on each other. That's why you can't benefit from each other. Oh, really? That's until if this is the first page of the Gemara. Okay, fine. That's the start. But we're halfway in the Masechet, and now you're teaching me something so easy. So says the Ran, Nire de Satam Lan ki Rabbi Elazar Damar Vitur Asur b'Modana. We saw this also. I think it's later on that Lamed Bet. So he says that here Rabbi Yosef Bar Chanina is explaining the Mishnah to go like Rabbi Elazar. That Vitur is Asur b'Modana. So we saw Vitur. Vitur is what?
To cancel.
To cancel, or so in Hebrew to cancel, to give up, to be mivater, to let go. So this is talking about, let's say, let's say you sell, a pound of wheat. So go here's a pound, the box, go fill up with wheat. Wheat. Yeah. So the guy, let's say he puts a heap, so it ends up being like he comes back to the thing. Okay, I filled up, and they fill to the tippy top. You get a slushy. You fill it to the top. The kid's overflowing it, right? Fill it to the top. But the owners don't say anything about it. They really they let it go, right? They're fine with that. That's included. So vitur is a kind of letting go. So Rabbi Elazar has a case where, let's say there's a neder of hana'ah for one for another, but I own a store. So now it's not you're not violating a neder you buy from me. Let's just say if that would be not an issue, but you're not just buying from me a liter or a pound of wheat. You're buying from me a pound, and I threw in an extra bonus of that extra heap that you filled up. But with everybody, I'm okay with. So the question is, does it also work with someone that you have a neder against? So in general, most opinions say, it's fine. Just like you let everybody else, you let this guy too. Like it's fine. It's not an extra benefit. Rabbi Elazar says no. Rabbi Elazar says no. Vitur is asur b'hana'ah. Things that you would usually be lenient on, then things you would usually be lenient on for that guy that you made a neder. No, you're not lenient on. But let's say some stores, if people in the shuk, let's say, it's a little bit understood. I don't know how much. It's a little bit understood. Let's just say maybe like the old days. People go and they buy, and while they're waiting in line, they take a pic of a grave, take a pic of a thing, So the owner, let the guy go, right? So, but Rabbi Elazar says, if you have you have a neder between each other, no, you can't. So basically, Rabbi Yosef Bar Chanina is saying that our Mishnah is going like Rabbi Elazar, and that's what it comes to teach us, and how these cases are not benefits, are considered not fully benefits, because you're lending him, and what happens in the loan? He has to pay back. So it's not like a benefit, like you gave me something to eat and now it's gone and now you gave it to me. Here it's a loan or a purchase. A purchase is you paid money for the item. So you're benefiting that you're getting the item, but you paid money for it. You gave it exchange. So one might think these cases, why should there be a issue of hana'ah? You lend me, but you're going to pay me back. You borrowed from me, and I'm going to give it back to you. So yes, there was hana'ah in the meantime. So it's a little. Is it considered hana'ah? So Rabbi Elazar says that could maybe be like vitur, and still that is asur. That's the chidush of Yosef Bar Chanina. Okay. Abaye gives another answer as to why is it asur both ways in the Mishnah. Abaye, back to the Gemara. Abaye Amar gezerah lishol mishum leashil v'chen v'kulu gezerah. It's a gezerah, meaning we're worried that if you're going to one way happen, it might go the other way also. Meaning, he said, Shimon can't benefit from Reuven. So it's understood. Shimon can't have a borrowed item from Reuven. He can't borrow an item from Reuven because he's benefiting. That was the neder. If let's say we say, no, but Shimon could lend Reuven. Reuven could benefit from Shimon. It could lead to, now he's lending him, now he's benefiting. Okay, here, borrow from me also. It could lead to a violation of the neder. So we put a ban on both sides. That's the chidush of the Mishnah. That even though really it's a one-sided neder, meaning the guy didn't turn around and say, yeah, you're making a neder on me, and we make a neder on you also. He didn't. He accepted it. Reuven says, I don't want you to benefit from it anymore. So Shimon says, okay, fine. He walks away. And now, by the way, do you have a chair I could borrow? Okay, here, I'm lending you. But it's going to lead to now him saying, yeah, here, I'll lend you also. Oh, that could lead to issues. Gezerah, asur both ways. So that's the chidush of the Mishnah. Okay. Next Mishnah. Amar lo. Now, new case. Amar lo. Hishilani paratecha. He tells him, lend me your cow. Lend me your cow. Amar lo ena pinuya. He tells him back, it's not available. The cow's not available. Amar, whatever, I don't know, it was busy. Yeah. Amar kunam sadai shani choresh ba leolam. He says, yeah, your cow's not available. I'm making a promise on my field that your cow will never plow it. So he needed the cow to plow, and he said, no, it's not available for whatever reason. And he says, yeah. He got upset about it. So he says, my field is never going to see, your cow's never going to be on my field plowing. Okay, so let's see what that means. It says the Mishnah, if this owner himself, this guy himself, he was operating the plow, he would do the plow himself, hu asur, v'chol adam mutarim. He is asur to use that cow, but everyone else is allowed to use that cow in his field. And even though he said, I don't want that in my field, sadai, shani choresh ba leolam, but he's saying a contradictory thing. Sadai, my field, she'ani choresh ba, that I am plowing. So what is it that I am plowing? Meaning, but if someone else is plowing, maybe it's okay. So that's what the Mishnah says. If this guy himself is the plower, he would operate the plow himself, then it's on him. So ima yadar kol lachrosh hu asur v'chol adam mutarim. He is asur to use that she'ani choresh ba, but others could use your cow in my field. V'im en dar kol lachrosh, but if he's not, he's just the owner of the field. He's not. He gets other people to always do the plow for him. So what did he mean then? Because he doesn't himself plow. V'chol adam asurim. Everyone is asur. V'im en dar kol lachrosh hu v'chol adam asurim. Everyone is asur to use that cow in that field. Yeah. What's up, Nisim?
This is a little bit strange. Like, my understanding is that this cow is like a tractor of that day.
Yeah.
So the other one of the guys is just renting the cow. You know, like okay, you plow your.
Can I borrow it? It's busy,
I don't
whatever
know.
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
It's being used by someone else.
And now, the guy is upset because he didn't lend them.
Right.
Okay. I own the land. I can either my sons or my people, whatever who's working for me, can plow it, or I can plow it. If my nether is nether, like it's a nether for everyone. How come there is a difference?
So that's what you're saying, that this guy got mad, but in Nedarim we always have to say, what did he say? So he says, Sadai she'ani choresh ba leolam. Like my field, kunam sadai she'ani choresh ba leolam. So what she'ani choresh ba, that I am plowing. So that's what he said. He didn't say sadai is kunam sadai aparatecha leolam she'ani choresh ba. So that I am plowing. So if he is, so what did he mean? If he's always the guy that operates the plow, the tractor, he always operates the cow to plow, then he's referring to himself. I'm never using your cow. Yeah, you don't want to use your cow? I'm never going to use your cow again. Other people can use my cow, but other people can use your cow on my field, but I'm never going to use your cow. If he's not a plow operator, so he meant I don't want your cow on my field ever again. So it's me and everybody else. So that's the Mishnah says. Okay, next. המודר הנאה מחברו ואין לו מה יאכל. A person, he says, Shimon, I don't want you to benefit from me. But Shimon's a poor guy and he has nothing to eat. So he has this neder going on. Now, a very simple way to get out of this is just, we're going to go through cases of like, how do you get around? You want to give this guy some food, you feel bad. How do we get around it? Because you have a neder in place. Okay, do hatarat nedarim. That seems like that's always the easy way out. But we're not doing hatarat nedarim over here. We have to figure out, can you still give the guy benefit in a roundabout way because of an extenuating circumstance? So now Shimon cannot benefit from Reuven. But he has nothing to eat. So Reuven could go to the store owner. Ve'omer, ish ploni nodar mimeni hana. Ve'niyodeh ma'aseh. He could say like this: look, the Shimon, I made a promise, and he can't benefit from me, and I don't know what to do. Ve'hu noten lo, uba ve'notel mizeh. So what happens? Ve'hu noten lo, the store owner could give food to Shimon. So meaning Shimon can't benefit from Reuven. Reuven sees that Shimon's a poor guy. He says, oh my gosh, I wish I could benefit him, but I can't. We made a neder. So he goes to the store. He says, hey, Chenvani owner, look, Shimon, I can't benefit him directly, but I feel bad. He has no food. So vehu noten lo, the store owner, when he sees Shimon, he says, hey, Shimon, here's a package for you. Here, take all this food home. Just take it. Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions. Take it. And then uba ve'notel mizeh. And then the store owner could come and charge Reuven. Vehu noten lo, uba ve'notel mizeh. He gives him, and then he collects from him. That could be a way that it could work. So it's not directly, it's indirectly. Now, and it seems like also he doesn't tell him to do it, but he tells him, look, what could I do? This guy, Shimon, I can't benefit him, and he's poor, I feel bad. And it ends there. So the store owner is allowed to give food to Shimon and turn around and say, by the way, Reuven, remember you told me, I gave him food, pay up. And that would be allowed and not a violation of the neder.
Why is a neder necessary in this
No, that
situation?
we're trying to.
The guy says that he's poor, doesn't have anything to eat, and it doesn't make a neder not to eat and not to benefit from it.
No, let's say he made the neder previously. He made the neder, Shimon, you're a bad worker, you're this, I never want you to benefit from me, or whatever, you messed me over, whatever. A week later, a year later, 3 days, whatever, the neder still goes on, let's say. And then 3 months later, he sees, oh my gosh, this guy's a poor guy, I didn't realize. He sees him collecting or something like that. I feel bad. Now, maybe either it's not the moment to do hatarat nedarim, he can't find a rabbi, he can't find 3 people, whatever the situation is, he doesn't do an hatarat nedarim. How could you get around it? That's the way to get around it.
Are we assuming that he's poor also because of the neder?
No,
Maybe.
not necessarily because of the neder. No, not necessarily because of the neder. Okay, let's continue. Next. Haya beto livnot. Gadro ligdor. A guy had a house to build. He had a fence to put up. Sadeu liktzor. And he had a field to cut. Holech etzel hapoalim. So now, same type of thing. Like, this guy Shimon can't benefit from me. But I gotta build my house. I gotta put up a fence. I gotta cut my field. And this guy Shimon's a handyman. Holech etzel hapoalim. He can go to work to the workers, because these workers hanging out looking for jobs. He goes over to them. And he could say to them, this guy Shimon, I can't give him any benefit. Mudar min hana'ah. Ve'en yodeh ma'aseh. I don't know what to do. This guy Shimon is the expert fence builder, and I don't know what to do, guys. So, what happens? Vehen osim imo, ubain v'notlin schar mizeh. It seems like they can now. He just told them. Reuven just told this group of guys, this group of workers. I don't know, Shimon. I can't give him any benefit. What should I do, guys? Vehen osim imo. They could do it with him. Ubain v'notlin schar mizeh, and then they could come back and get their payment from Reuven.
So we're assuming Shimon is a builder, maybe, or something like
Yeah.
that.
No,
Yeah.
Shimon is getting his house built or his fence built. He doesn't have money to do it.
It's the other way around?
Yeah, Shimon is.
Shimon's
some people
getting-
afford it. He doesn't have money to build the fence or the house.
So you're saying that Shimon doesn't have to needs his house built.
Yeah, so everyone tries to help him to build the.
Okay, got it. Then osim imo. What does that mean? Osim imo. They do it with him.
So they go and help Shimon build it with him. Right?
With Shimon?
Yeah, with Shimon is building his own.
So Shimon's building a house, or he's building a fence, and I guess Reuven picks up that he doesn't have money to do it.
Yeah.
So he says,
Either one of them is supposed to be a builder because he can derive benefit from the builder. One of them cannot derive benefit from or give benefit, right? One of them has to be a builder, unless why does he go to Pauline? I don't know.
no, I guess he wants to help him afford. He wants to help him afford.
Or maybe it's Ford.
So the Ran first of all points out that we're going in steps of the Mishnah. First case is for food, meaning if the guy's hungry for food, so you could do this loophole to give him food. That's understandable. Like the guy needs food. Now the Gemara says, let me tell you a step further. Now the guy's fine with food, but he has an issue. He needs to build his house. So you might think, okay, for his house, I can't do a loophole to help him for his house. I'll do a loophole to help him for his food. He's gonna die. But it says the Mishnah, no, even for his house, even for his fence, even for his field, you could do this loophole.
So, understand like what's the
So
you can
what-
do that with anyone almost, no? Or is it like with any vow?
That's what we're saying. So this vow, you could do a loophole on a vow to help someone not just for food, but even for his house.
So pretty much, you can make a neder
Yeah, I feel
not to
it's
help
so-
anyone, but then when they are needy, it just doesn't work.
You could
You
do a
have to-
loophole to help the needy
Yeah.
guy. Ta'afilu l'tzorach binyan beto yitiru. You see the English there?
So maybe the main idea is even the neder, like whatever neder you make, is kind of like helping the poor is over it, like it precedes it.
Yeah.
Or like we try to find ways to precede it, like because it's a bigger value, helping the poor.
Yeah, I hear that. We give you the right to have this type of roundabout loophole. Similarly, if you had a house to build, or a fence to erect, or a field to harvest, and he had no money to which to hire workers, so he could go to the workers, the vower, Reuben, that he often employs, okay, and say to them, so and so is subject to a neder that forbids him to benefit from me, and I don't know what to do for him. And the workers, taking the hint, do the work for the subject of the neder, for Shimon, and they, vehen osim imo, the workers, I guess imo for him, and then they come and collect their wages from the vower. Okay, same type of.
Also, we are assuming that the construction workers are learning Gemara.
Why?
You know, like they have to take this.
To the
hint,
nether.
you know, like,
What
I
nether
don't
is
know
that?
what to do for him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like the construction
They got the
workers,
hint.
I know they're gonna be
They
like,
got the hint.
yeah. Yeah.
I always thought that the beauty of Judaism, that there's always a way of getting around a commandment. I won't call it a loophole. I won't call it a loophole. I could another way.
There's exceptions to the rule sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're right. Like, even, let's say, Shabbat. Oh, but if it's pikuach nefesh, if it's life-threatening thing, okay, we could figure it out. And here you're saying here, like, it's tzedakah needy, we could figure out how to work out. Yeah, but all, of course, within the confines of halacha, but there is,
Exceptions.
there's exceptions to the rules, certain things. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Next, where the little dalet is. Hayu me'alchin b'derech, ve'en lo ma yochal. They were traveling, and the guy has nothing to eat. Meaning, he made a neder with him. I'm not benefiting you, Shimon, and you can't benefit from me. But the guy's nothing to eat. They're traveling. Noten le'echad l'shum matana. So what you do is find a third person over there. L'shum matana. Give him the sandwich, let's say, as a gift. Ve'ala mutarba. Now he's allowed to have it. Meaning, basically, the third guy realizes he's not going to take the sandwich and run. He says, "This guy Shimon's starving. We're traveling. So you know what? Here, you Levi, come here a second. Take the sandwich as a gift. Hint, hint, and now give it to Shimon. And now that's a way to work it out."
Take a bite first.
Yeah. Exactly.
Couldn't he just say efket and like?
Oh, very good. Can't you just say hefker? That's the next Gemara. Next Mishnah. Im eni mahem acher. Let's say there's nobody with them. There's no third guy. They're traveling. There's no third guy. Meniach ala sela or ala gader. Put it on a rock or put it on a fence. Ve'omer harehen mufkarim lakol. Yes, and say this is hefker. It's ownerless. Mishiach pots. The kol mishiach pots. It's ownerless to anyone that wants to come and take it. Ve'hala nota ve'ochel. And the other guy could come and take it and eat. Rabbi Yossi Rabbi Yossi says no, asur in that case. Rabbi Yossi says asur in that case. And we're going to see the Gemara, not today. We'll stop here, but we'll do some runs. We have a few minutes. But Rabbi Yossi says this case is asur. So why, now let's think for a moment, the other case is better where there's a third person, because ownership is actually being transferred now to that third person. I'm giving this guy, and now it's a sandwich. He could run away with it. Technically, he could run away with it. So it's more understandable to say owners or have a bite. Ownership now is his. Now he gives ownership to Shimon. Okay, makes sense. But there are opinions in Hefker, and this is where Rav Yossi is. We're going to see the Gemara what his opinion is. There are opinions in Hefker that I say, oh, this is Hefker, this is ownerless. But there are, so most opinions say ownerless is ownerless. Next guy come and take it. That's the first opinion of the Mishnah. Rav Yossi is of the opinion, no. It's ownerless until someone. It's your ownership until someone takes it. So you can't say, oh, it's ownerless. Now come Shimon take it. No. It's still yours, and now he takes it. It means you're giving it to him. Mm-hmm. So therefore, it's too much of a loophole, said Rav Yossi, to do this. Third person makes sense. Now it's his ownership. Now he's giving it to you. Now you're just putting on the thing and playing a game. That Rav Yossi would say no to. Let's take a look at the runs. Let's look at the first, from where it says, from the start of the Mishnah, Matnitin. Kunam sadeh shani choresh ba leolam. That was the beginning of the Mishnah. So the guy says, can I borrow your cow? And he says, my cow's unavailable. He says, yeah, I'm gonna now, the field that I plow on is asur forever on this cow. Shoel amarkach l'chavero. The one that wants to, the borrower says this to his friend, mitoch sheka'as alav shelo ratza lahashila lo, because he got angry at him for not wanting to lend him. Im hayadar kol achrosh hu asur v'chol adam mutarim. Shekevan shehu choresh en b'mashmaut leshono el acherishato bilvad. This is what I was pointing out before, Nisim. Since he is the one that plows, en b'mashmaut leshono el acherishato bilvad. In his tongue, what he said, you could explain it as talking to only him, talking only about himself. She'ani choresh ba. V'imenda kol achrosh, hu v'chol adam asurim. But if it's not, if he doesn't usually operate the plow, everyone is asur. Shelo nitkaven lacharishato, because he's not referring to himself, because he doesn't usually plow. But rather that there should not be any benefit. Achaven, that's what he had in mind. In order for not to benefit, so not him and not anybody to use that animal on his field. The first case was that the guy now doesn't have food, and you feel bad, so you go to the store owner, and you say, what should I do? And the store owner gives him food, and he comes back to him. Rabutak, now first of all, the Ran adds in how Ragil Etzlo, that the store owner is someone that he's accustomed to. The Mishnah doesn't say that. Okay. So says the Gemara, says the Ran, Rabuta Kamashman, that it comes to teach us something extra. The Afagav the Ragil Itzlo Umakifo Tadir. So the Ran is stressing these words that he had in his Gemara of a store owner that you're accustomed to going to. So the Ran saying this, even though this guy you're accustomed to going to Umakifo Tadir, Makifo is he puts it on credit often. Right? That's the a lot of times in makolets they have these credits. That you could write it down. I think at Kosher City actually they also have that you could write it down that you can pay later. Umakifo tadir. So lo amrinan shlichute ka'avid. It's coming to teach us something else. Even though this guy usually goes there, we don't say he's his shaliach. So before that, so like this, I think it's talking about the guy that Shimon, meaning Shimon usually shops there. Now Reuven goes and says, I don't know what to do. Basically, like give him food and I'll pay afterwards. You might think that you're like his shaliach because he always extends credit to Shimon. So that maybe Reuven, you're like his shaliach. Nevertheless, that it could still work. And quotes the Gemara of Ketuvot that if a person makes an announcement, anyone that wants to come forward to help this person, it's not a violation of the neder. So meaning he brings another case that there's a neder between Reuven and Shimon, and now Reuven feels bad that Shimon has nothing to eat. So Reuven goes to the street and he announces, anyone that wants to benefit Shimon, please benefit Shimon. So, and people go ahead and benefit Shimon, that's not a violation. He didn't do it directly. It's called also indirect. Let me just take a glance at it. Oh yeah, the Ram points out also the next Ubav Otel Mizeh, and then the store owner goes back to Reuben to get his money. Im Ratzak Amar, meaning if he wants to. Doesn't mean that he has to. Meaning, if the store owner wants to be a tzaddik also and say, you know what, Reuben, you guys have a neder between you. Let me do the mitzvah. I'll give him the food for free. That's okay too. It doesn't have to go back to Reuven. But that's that's the Ran's pointing out. It doesn't have to be that way. Im ratzam kama, meaning if he wants to. Even though at the end of the day he's taking money from Reuven to pay for the food, and that was his intention. He's not his shaliach. Unless it's more specific. Okay. Good morning. Means a lot? Sorry. Here.
Okay, it's okay.
Oh, you got it? Oh, okay. Let's just see. Hayal Levinot Beto. We did that already. So there's a note. Okay. Okay, perfect. We got we spoke of the rest of the runs. Tomorrow night we will address start the Gemara and address Rav Yossi's opinion as to why Hefker doesn't work. Have a good day, everyone. Shavua tov. We'll see you. Nesiya tova.